Ooh. Hi everyone, I am Martin, and I'm going to be looking at advertising on poker. So if you were at WPP Stream last year in Europe, you might know me as the Rubik's Cube guy because I had to do Rubik's Cube on stage. Some of you may know me as the founder of Loud Parade, the award-winning, yep, that's me on stage. Some of you may know me as the founder of Loud Parade, the award-winning music creative agency recently listed on Forbes 30 Under 30. But what some of you may not know was that 5 years ago or so, I was actually ranked in the top 3% of online poker players in the world. Now, what I learned was that there's actually a lot of synergies between poker and advertising. A lot of poker is psychology, and obviously advertising is all about psychology, understanding people, there you go, understanding people so you understand like, the impact that your adverts can make. But also maths. A lot of advertising is much more data focused now. And yeah, poker is literally maths, psychology, and patience. So let's go through the psychology of poker, and you might find some future poker players. So here, high level, you get 2 cards, 5 cards will come, 3 on the flop, 1 on the turn, 1 on the river. You win by either having the best hand or everyone falls, so everyone gives up. So high level. And these are all the hands which you can use to win. So you have high cards, which you have 50% probability, or royal flush, which is 0.000154% probability. So from low to high. And that just shows a little bit about the maths in poker. You have to understand the hands to know what to do. Now these are the opening ranges. So because high card is the top 50%, only 50%, you're not going to play every hand you're given. As you can see, there's different color coordinated, and that's because of the position you sit on the table. So you have button, which is the best position to sit on, or you have cutoff, or you have the small blind, which is the worst. That's because when you play poker, you start on the button, and each hand, the button moves around the table. You have the button here. Then you have the small blind and the big blind. So the big blind being money is always put into the pot, so just to make the game more interesting. But if you sit on the small blind, you're always the first to action, the first one to make a decision, so you're going to be careful what you do. If you're the button, you're the last one to make a decision, so you see everyone else first. Again, there's psychology because you're more informed. Another part of it is the stack size. If you have 120 blinds, you have a big stack size, which means you can be more interesting in the way you play, take more risk. If you have a short stack size, you don't. Another part of the psychology is the betting sizing strategy. So if you bet just a small amount, sometimes you may want to induce another person to call. You have a really good hand, but try to convince someone to play along. If you make a really big bet, that's polarizing. You either have the best hand or the worst hand. That's normally when you're bluffing. Now, the C bet is interesting. That stands for continuation betting. As you saw at the beginning, you only make 50% of hands. More time, if you just bet, other people may fold and you win. You can have nothing. But if I continuation betting, just by betting and being aggressive, everyone else folds. Against psychology, you have nothing, but everyone else is scared of your aggressive action, they leave it. Board texture is another, we'll miss that. So this is a famous poker player. And as you can see, he has sunglasses and headphones. Main reason because he's trying to get rid of tells. He doesn't want people to be able to tell what he does by looking at his eyes, and he doesn't want to be distracted by listening to anyone else. So this is Scott Blumenstein, who won the World Series of Poker earlier last year. He won 8.1 million. So who knows? Maybe you guys might be future poker players. Or if you want to start a bit smaller, then you might want to play in the World Series of Poker. They have Cannes tournament. This guy won it earlier this year, and he won 139K. So who knows? There's overlap between psychology and poker. Might find some future poker players here. Thank you.